Raycasts are one of the most useful and utilized features in any game engine, and that's because they allow the player or developer to send out a beam and then get all the information about whatever it hits. And to demo this, I've set up a scene where we have a caster and receiver game object, and we're going to cast directly down and hit the receiver and then destroy it. And the way we're going to do this is by creating a new mono behavior script by going to the project tab down here, right clicking, going to create, and then hitting mono behavior script and then naming it caster. Now, after Unity figures out how to deal with the script, we want to double click on it. And then once it's open, delete everything except void update. And essentially, void update is a function built into Unity, and it allows you, or it just runs whatever you have in between these two curly braces every single frame. And that's where we're going to put our main function, cast down. Now, what we want to do is declare a new variable, raycast hit ray. This is a built-in variable type, so you don't have to worry about getting any packages. And then we want to do our actual raycast with physics.raycast. And this takes in a few parameters, such as a origin point, a direction, a return, and then a distance. So what this is doing is we're raycasting from our game object, we're raycasting down, we're returning any information about the raycast to the variable we made, and then we're doing an infinite distance, so it will go until it hits something. And then we just want to destroy whatever it hits. And then we want to make sure we're actually calling the function we just made an update, because otherwise this code will not run. You need it to be ran somewhere. And then after that's done, we want to drag and drop our script onto the caster game object. There should not be two of those. There should be one. I don't know why there's two. Probably because I've re-recorded this about 20 times, and every time I have fumbled about one or two words and had to re-record it. But what we're going to see is that it destroys everything below it, and that is because we don't have any filters on the raycast. It just hits everything and then immediately wipes it off of the face of the earth. So the way we're going to fix this is by going to receiver, going to tag, deleting the tag I forgot I added, and then adding a new tag. So you want to click here, untagged, add tag, receiver, save, and then go back and make sure it actually applies that tag. I don't know why Unity doesn't automatically apply them. I feel like 90% of the time you want your tag automatically applied, but it just doesn't do that. And then we want to go back to our code, to VS Code. And then we want to store all the information about our whatever raycast hit into a variable, and then do a tag comparison check with .compare tag. Now, if we do destroy ray object, what we've done here is we've essentially stored the object we hit with the raycast into a variable. Then we do a if statement, which is basically saying if the game object we hit has a tag receiver, evaluate to true, and then run the code in between these two curly brackets, which is destroy the game object we stored. So hit Control S, and then go back to Unity, let it recompile your code again. And then hit play. And now it should work and not destroy the ground immediately. It should only destroy our receiver object. And as you can see, completely works. And if I go to ground and then add the receiver tag, it will destroy it as well. And that is it for this tutorial. That is how you do a very simple raycast in Unity. I highly suggest you go and learn how to do layer masks. I use them for 99% of my raycast normally. But otherwise, that is it for this tutorial.